Well, folks, buckle up because the robots are at it again. And this time, they're coming for Shakespeare's gig. This week alone, we've seen two major players in the tech world, OpenAI and Google, drop some serious AI bombshells that have left us both amazed and a little terrified. On one hand, we've got OpenAI, the brains behind ChatGPT, unveiling a new creative writing model so advanced that CEO Sam Altman felt confident enough to share a metafictional short story it wrote about AI and grief. Yes, you heard that right. A robot wrote a story about a robot feeling sad. Look, I'm not saying it was Tolstoy, but it was enough to make me spit out my morning coffee, which, knowing my aim, is saying something. Meanwhile, not to be outdone, Google decided to inject some serious AI muscle into its bread and butter search. They've launched something called AI Mode, powered by their fancy-pants Gemini 2.0 system. This bad boy lets you ask Google the kind of convoluted, multi-part questions that would make even a Jeopardy champion break a sweat. And instead of just spitting out a list of links like some kind of digital hoarder, it gives you a neat little AI-generated summary of the answers. It's like having a tiny, overworked research assistant crammed inside your phone, except this one doesn't need sleep, bathroom breaks, or a minimum wage. But before you start planning your early retirement to pursue your lifelong dream of competitive thumb-twiddling, hold your horses. Because as impressive as these advancements are, they've also dragged a whole heap of legal and ethical baggage along with them. It turns out that building AI models that can write like Hemingway and answer questions like a superpowered librarian requires feeding them a lot of data. And by a lot, I mean a truly unholy amount of data. We're talking about scraping every dusty corner of the internet, from Wikipedia articles to Reddit threads to, you guessed it, copyrighted books, articles and code. Now, the folks over at OpenAI and Google are smart cookies, but they seem to have missed one tiny detail. Using someone else's work without permission is generally frowned upon. Unsurprisingly, the lawsuits are already piling up faster than dirty laundry in a college dorm. The New York Times fired the first salvo, suing OpenAI for copyright infringement, claiming they basically trained their AI on a mountain of stolen articles. Then came the authors, with big names like Ta-Nehisi Coates and Sarah Silverman joining a class action lawsuit against Meta for similar offenses. It seems even AI giants aren't above a little light copyright infringement when they think no one's looking. But wait, there's more. As if the legal battles weren't messy enough, the UK government decided to wade into this whole debacle with the grace of a drunken elephant at a tea party. They've proposed a new law that would essentially give AI companies free rein to train their models on copyrighted material without needing permission. Yes, you heard that right. They want to make it perfectly legal for your work to be hoovered up and regurgitated by an algorithm, without you seeing a single penny. Needless to say, this has gone down about as well as a lead balloon at a children's party. Authors, publishers, and pretty much anyone who's ever created anything are up in arms, accusing the government of throwing them under the proverbial bus in the name of innovation. Even the normally mild-mannered CEO of the Publishers Association, Dan Conway, called out OpenAI's new model, demanding some fairness for the people whose work is being used to build these AI behemoths. So where does this all leave us? Well, folks, it seems like we're standing on the precipice of a brave new world, one where AI is poised to become as ubiquitous as smartphones and as essential as indoor plumbing. But the question is, at what cost can we reap the benefits of this technological revolution without sacrificing the rights and livelihoods of creators? Can we find a way to balance innovation with intellectual property rights? These are questions we're going to have to grapple with sooner rather than later, because the robots are here and they're not going anywhere.